And good morning, Kenya guests. To continue, my name is Vivian Ndegwa, and today on Family Check, we will be looking at emotional intelligence. Now, there are different or several intelligences. There's the intellectual, that is intelligence rather, intelligence quotient, which is normally known as IQ. There's the emotional quotient. There is the social quotient as well as adversity quotient. But today, we're going to be majoring or looking into emotional intelligence or emotional quotient. We want to know what exactly does that mean and how does that look like? When do we say that someone is emotionally intelligent? And joining me for that conversation is none other than Pastor Pearl Blessing. She is the director, Star with Pearl. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Vivian.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm good.
All right. Let's begin with a definition of emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
What is it?
Okay. Emotional intelligence is the ability to be aware of your own emotions and those people around you, and be able to manage and regulate so that you can be able to, it becomes easy for you to know the environment. Yes, that's what it is. Yeah.
Why is it important, you know, for one to be emotionally intelligent, you know, even in the workplaces and in one's personal life?
If you are not emotionally intelligent, as you have said, we have the intelligent conscious and emotional and the social. But even if you were intelligent conscious, and you have the highest ability to apply in life whatever you have learned, and you lack the emotional intelligence, you will find that you may close doors and even lose a lot of opportunities, because your emotions are very key. How you are able to handle things when you are attacked, when things come around you, how you manage them is what makes you emotionally intelligent. And that's why you find there are people who are highly emotionally intelligent, others low, and others who are intelligent. So it is important to manage it, to be intelligent emotionally, because that's why you find, like, for example, some of the things that cause people lose opportunity are dishonor. And whenever you find there's dishonor to God, to men, and also to principles. There are things that when you dishonor them, automatically you lose it. And you find it comes from your emotions. So your emotions are your feelings. That's where your heart, your mind, and your thoughts lie. So if you're not able to manage it, you become a very weak person. However strong or great you may be, you may find people who are very big in society, and they are very well learned. But when something happens, the way they break out and speak, they lose it, and they may close doors. So it's very important to be able to manage, and of course be self-aware of it. Yes. Is
it something that one can develop with time? Is it something that one can practice? Is it inborn?
You cannot say it's inborn. There are those who are inborn, but there are things that you have to develop personally, because as you become in the workplace, in family, in personal life or professional, all that, if you have to manage what you are doing. It is important. So I usually say that you can even start to develop that. One way I can say is a way of developing. You may start journaling your behavior, and call yourself to check, and be able to judge yourself, be able to rebuke yourself, and even reward yourself. I say you journal, I say this week I want to look at this area how I'm behaving, and you journal how weak I am, how strong I am, and you journal. At the end of the week, you can be able to, if I've made it, I reward myself. If I've failed, I can rebuke myself. You see, that's why you become very aware that I need to change, because we are a weakness. And usually, some of the weaknesses of the emotion, you usually say is that it's a child that was wounded and never healed. Maybe during your childhood you were wounded, and you carry that pain into all the kind of, anything that happens, you are stirred up into bitterness, and you are not able to control it because of something that happened when at your childhood. So that child that was wounded can come to this a level this time, and you find you are still a child. But you now start to realize that I need to regulate myself. I need to examine. I need to be self-aware. You start journaling. You take a week. You take a month. And look at the end of it, you see, how have I improved? Because for you to be able to manage the people around you, you start with yourself.
Yeah.
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 So you'll be able, let's say a workplace, and you are the leader, and you are not emotionally intelligent. And the people, even there are people who are better than you around you. They look at you and see you, though you are their boss, but you look stupid because the things that you do. So it is about managing it and accepting. It starts with accepting there's a weakness. I need to be self-aware. I need to regulate. I need to work on this and become a better person and become a great leader.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
How does it impact decision making?
Yeah, decision making, it will impact because let's say there are things that you are supposed to make a decision, and maybe you left the house when you are hurt by someone. You know, usually say that you defile others when you are hurt, when you are bitter and angry, you call defiling people. Maybe you get to the lift, someone talks to you and you hurt them, they also carry that to others. So when you come to the table and maybe your decision you have to make as maybe a leader or a boss in the office, whatever has happened to you, if you don't pause and think through, you'll make a wrong decision because you'll be whatever is happening in your emotions will affect this because within your mind, your heart, and your soul. Yes.
Yeah. How do you measure someone's emotional intelligence?
The way you can, let's say you want to measure to know whether you are good or bad. There are questions that you can ask yourself.
Yeah, that's for yourself.
For yourself.
Yeah.
You write questions for yourself, and you are able to answer without. Utafanya mwa Kenya. You are yourself, and you realize that I have a weakness now. I want to see in this area, how am I? You ask your question and you mark whether it's wrong. If 5 of them you get 3, you're emotionally intelligent. But if 4 of them you are wrong, you are weak. So you need to work on it. Yes.
Are you able to tell someone else's emotional intelligence? Like, can I be like the way we're communicating right now? Can I tell if you're intelligent rather, or not? Is it something that one can measure someone else's?
The way to measure is being an active listener. Sometimes when things happen, like let's say there's an active accusation against you, and people who are acting against you, the best thing, don't attack them. Be an active listener. So when they are talking too much, you are taking out their saying. And you're even repeating what they are saying and nodding. You are absorbing it, and you are also trying to check how can I do better what they are saying? Where are they accusing me wrong? And you can be able to say whether they are right or wrong, whether they are the one who have a weakness or you. Because when you are active listener, you look at the great leaders, what they do, they don't talk much. They listen a lot. Because when I listen to you more, you will tell me what I need to know.
Yeah.
And I will also be able to draw from you what I didn't know, what you say about me, and what you think about me. And through that, I can work myself better.
Yeah. And
also you, when you are talking, by looking at you, when I'm looking at you, even if you try to show me you are very good to me, by body language, you know, there's verbal and non-verbal language. By looking at you, the way you behave, even if you are telling me something good, I can tell you are lying. If I'm active listening and looking at you, I can be able to tell this person is lying. And maybe because of what they have gone through. So it is good also to understand the people around you, what they go through. That's what we call empathy. Empathy is when you try to wear someone's shoes. Maybe someone, you are a senior and they have juniors. And the juniors are going through something in their life. And usually say that if you have staff, have a close relationship with them, know what they go through in our personal life. So you can be able to tell, the way this one person is behaving is because of what they are going through. And maybe you can be able to look for a way of taking them through. And by the end of it, you become, let's say you look, there's this office where people are not motivated, either financially or even socially. You find that their productivity is very low. But when they come and realize that we need to motivate our workers, maybe we need not give them money, but the way you talk to them, the way you handle their situation, how you want to know what they are going through, they become very productive. Because that's how human are. Yeah, when you appreciate someone, they give you all. Even God.
Yeah.
When you do a Thanksgiving offering, God gives you, because you show him, you recognize him. Yeah, so just like that.
Yeah. Is there a relationship between emotional intelligence and mental wellness? What is the relationship between these two?
Yeah, emotional intelligence. In fact, when we were looking at this topic, we were looking at more of mental health. You know, mental health people, they look like only psychological problems only. No. It starts all with emotions, because like we usually say that your eye is the gateway to your heart, your ear is the gateway to your heart, and even your hands. So whatever you store in your heart, that's when you speak. It is the abundance of the heart that the mouth will speak. Because maybe you have gone through pain.
Yeah.
When you speak, you release pain. So your mental health and the mental wellness will start from your heart and your emotions and your thoughts. That's what will tell us how you are. However, you may try to show us you are mentally well, the way you speak and the way you behave says everything about you. As I've said, some are wounded children.
Yeah.
So you need, I don't know whether someone should think of thinking that maybe I go back to my mother, so maybe born again a better person. I don't know how to do it. But if you are wounded as a child, accept and go back to it. Look at what happened at that childhood.
What wounded
Overcome it, because you have to live.
Yeah.
And there's tomorrow. Because if you continue working on what happened when you are a child, you will never get where you are going. Yes, yes.
Yeah, maybe, you know, what's the best way for one to manage emotions? You know, we are working towards being emotionally intelligent people. So how do you go about dealing with emotions that are extreme? For example, you're extremely frustrated, or you're extremely angered by something, you know, those emotions that are negative, like emotions of anger, frustrations, you know, what's the best way to deal with it, you know, as an emotionally intelligent person?
One thing, as we said the other day, we have weaknesses and strengths, and also in personal life we have something like hope and risk, personal risk and hopes. So there are things that maybe you want to achieve, you are not achieve. You want to become a better person. You had goals and you look at them, you cannot be able to achieve them, or someone has hurt you. And I usually say that, whatever you make me feel, my life is my government. It's my state. It's me who says who comes and who goes out.
I love that. My life is my government. I love that statement.
It is my state. So this is, I want to say who comes in, who goes out. So I can decide to lock you out. If you find someone is causing you to be emotionally weak, those people, you should close them out of your life. You don't hate them, but you can close them out by saying that from this time, this person, I don't need them in my life. Because the more you try to bring them close, as you are trying to manage them, you are becoming weaker and weaker. So it is you to make a decision. That's why you usually say, even your phone, it is yours. You choose which to pick and not to pick. Because if I look at me personally, this is what I do. If you send me a text, and I see the beginning of the text, I see something negative, I tell you not read it. I guard my heart. So I'll delete it because I don't want you to defile me. I mean, maybe I'm preparing to go for a meeting that I want to make money. Then when you crush me, I'll get there confused. And I'll lose on the day. I allowed you. So you close. You can close. Choose who comes in and who goes out. Yes. Don't be too good to people. People are not good as such. It's good to be good to people, but you also remember, this is you. You start, even the Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. See? So you have to start with yourself. Yeah. So if you don't guard yourself and try to start making others happy, you may destroy. And this is you now. It starts with you. Yes, yes. You have to guard.
Yeah. So being an emotionally intelligent person also requires you to just check on what you're allowing to come in, you know, in terms of who you're allowing into your life, also what you're allowing to stress you, you know.
Yeah, some things are not important at all. You can say no to them. Yes, it doesn't matter who does it and however close they are to you. If they are going to crush you and cause you not to achieve where you are going, you can manage that. You don't need to tell them no, but you close. Yes, say this way no. Yeah, that's why we are saying you manage your own emotions and those around you
as
so they become secondary.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to guard yourself first. That's why we say guard your heart than you guard anything. It's the source of your life. So that what you have deposited in myself is what I'll give out. You see. So if I destroy myself while making others, where am I going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does it influence one's ability to communicate effectively?
Come again, that question.
How does, emotional intelligence influence one's ability to communicate? Yeah, effectively.
Effectively,
Yeah.
yes. That's where there is self-regulation. Yeah. Effective communication comes out of when you are started by making sure you are peace. So what you give out, communicating is giving what you have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I speak, you can tell this person has peace or has no peace. Whether you are listening, you can even hear a teacher, you can hear a preacher preaching, and you can feel this person just expressing their bitterness to us. Though there is a message they are passing, but you can hear, yeah, this person is surely bitter, and they're trying. So to be effective communicator, you need to pause, and sometimes take time before you release what you want to release. Look at it. Am I blessing people? What am I giving out? Because what goes out cannot come in, just like pouring out down water. You can never pick it. So before you give it out, can you just sit down and see, am I going to bless people? Am I going to touch lives? Am I going to transform someone? Because every time you speak, it is good that you transform someone's life. Let's say like this morning, there's someone who was weak emotionally, and they are looking at, why can I sit down and journal and watch myself and be able to see, what can I do better? How can I become better? Because you are bitter with life, but that is you. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Even let's say you have children, you may stress yourself about a lot of things, but those children will come at a time that they will become big, and they have their own families. So you still have a life to live. So your emotions is your wealth, very much, and that's where your confidence comes from.
Yeah.
Without emotional intelligence, your confidence is very weak. And without confidence, you cannot give out anything.
Yeah.
You just pour out bitterness to people. But if there is potential, which was, as you said the other day, in a man there is a king that rules and a boy that plays. So both of them is very important. If he never played, he will not rule. He's try to play and there is no play. And the girl the same way.
Yeah.
So it is good that if from childhood, and they usually say that, okay, like nowadays you look at people are looking at like girl child, the boy child, or the youth who are already hurt and wounded. But if we can start looking at these children at the teen level, a 9-year-old, 8-year-old, start taking the child, how can you become confident? How can you become a better person tomorrow? Because of what they go through their families and all that is happening, you find that at the age 12 to 24, there's a lot of drug addiction. People who have gone, early pregnancies are coming. So some of these early pregnancies, what is happening to them is that not because they want to go to eat, but there is a vacuum. She's trying to fill in some love that she doesn't find at home. So she finds in a wrong place, becomes pregnant, and she's crushed. You see. But if the self-awareness and the training of self-awareness and this intelligence will come at the age of 7, 8, 9, this is the making of a person. By the time they get 12, they are becoming adults. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Actually, now, just to pick from that, what's the best way, to build an emotionally intelligent, human being? I'm looking at it from the point of there's a mother who's watching, there's a father who's watching right now, or a guardian who's watching, and they would love to bring up an emotionally intelligent person. How do you start shaping that from that very young age?
At that young age, what I would say is that sometimes you find even the way you talk to your house, how you discuss teachers in the house. This child may hate the teacher, may dishonor the house girl, but if there'll be a good communication about other people around them, because as a mother, I will leave the house and I will leave the child in the house of the house help. At school, they have more time with the teacher. So if you teach this child to honor everybody around them, and not to dishonor anyone, they will become emotionally intelligent. Because some of the things is that you go and speak against the teacher, then the teacher will speak against you in the presence of the child. As she doesn't want, or he doesn't want the mother to be spoken against, then they will become weak emotionally. They feel that you dishonored my mother. They become bitter. And that bitterness may be carried to the adulthood, you see. So these things should start as early. Also, the way you talk to them. Let me, that day we were talking about, I said about this. Let me, for example, talk about, I'm not about our community, but let me just give an example. An Indian will wake up in the morning with the son when they close school. They open the shop together. The boy is selling and the father is taking money. But some of our children, they watch movies until 2 a.m. And what the movie is about? Terror movies.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, what you see, you deposit in your heart. Why is it taking that terror? Yeah, and you allow them to watch everything they want. You know what they see and what they hear. It is deposited in their heart, and it makes them. So what kind of person are you building? Can you make them effective even when they close schools? Let them be effective. Why should someone not sleep? 2 a.m., 3 a.m. they are watching, and you are seated there. You can't even control them. I'm not saying we are that weak. I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
Also, the way you call them. Let's say you address her, she does something bad, say, you behave like your father. Automatically that has sunk in that child. A child is just like a sponge. Whatever you say, they suck. They suck it. You behave like your mother. You are a dog. It's not behaving like a dog. You know you are speaking. What's an instrument of creation? Eh? She said.
Yeah.
So you create a dog in that child. Then she starts behaving like a dog and you say, my child, my child. You create it. Yeah. And you're a mother. You see, so whatever you say, what's our instrument of creation? What we are saying and what we are doing, it is building them from zero. They hear. You can remember something that happened in 5 years, and you have not forgotten.
Yeah.
It's like a sponge. You took it in, and then you look at life and you remember those things. You remember even dreams you saw when you were a child. Those things are there. That's what builds you. So for us to create a society that's going to be very intelligent.
Emotionally,
even when let's say, for example, we saw what the Gen Zs were doing. They were bitter. But that bitterness, you look at it, it has a root from somewhere. It's something that they are not saying, even if there's something at the table, what is happening in the government. But that child is very bitter. There's a bitterness that it doesn't care even about death. What is it? There's something that children have lacked. So there's that kind of love we should try to nurture. And the relation between the teachers, the nannies, and the parents is very important. It's very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, as we almost come to a close, you know, when you talk about emotional intelligence, there are several pillars to it. You've touched on some of them. There's the self-awareness, there's self-management, there's social awareness or social skills, there's empathy, and then there's also relationship management. All this now put together forms the emotional intelligence. Maybe if we can just touch on each of this very quickly. When you talk about self-awareness, what are we looking at?
That is when you sit down and look at yourself.
Yeah, you evaluate yourself.
Evaluate yourself, and like you said, journal. Evaluate yourself, award yourself, rebuke yourself, and look, how can I become better? Being very true about yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's self-awareness. Self-management?
When you have become aware, now you start managing. This is where I'm weak. I need to manage this area. I need to change this place. I know to address people. I need how to handle people around me. That's how you are managing now in all areas of life. Whether you're managing your finance, you're managing or whatever it also involves the emotions. Yes. I don't know whether you know there are people when they are very bitter, they are stressed, they shop a lot. Yeah, not because they want to shop, they just find that shopping just like really, or they talk on phone. Just make sure the airtime is over. Just you now manage yourself. This is not going to give you, at the end of the airtime, you still need airtime to talk because you are used to, because you are stressed. You better manage yourself. Yes.
Okay. Social awareness.
Social awareness personally. There's personal and your social life. There are people who don't have a social life because they have become bitter. The things have happened. It's like you don't have friends. Let me tell you, we are social beings. It's a must. You should have friends, but also look at what friends you have. What is their value around you? There are people who just come into your life and they end up in destroying you. There are those who are supposed to be there. Everybody is supposed to be friendly to everyone. But you remember there is a inner circle, and there is the holy of holies of your life and the outer court. So you need to guard and know. As much as you become social, who comes near you? And who should be the outer court.
Yeah. And they say that your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
So no man is really an island. You need to have...
You must have people around. Let me tell you, even if you are given all the money and all currencies and there were no people, you'll die. You need to sell to people. If you sell, you need to talk to people. You are a speaker. Without people, men are wealth, and you need them at all levels. But remember, there are those around, those are out, and those are you have to classify them socially. How much social are you? So you don't open your door to even the enemies into your bedroom. Yes, you have to guard that.
Okay, empathy. Let's look at empathy.
Empathy is when you realize that the people around you have emotions like you. They go through things like you are journaling yours. Just imagine I've journaled mine. Can I just think like mine is like yours? When I find you are going through something, can I be able to wear your shoes and be able to help you? That's like we are able to communicate with people effectively by looking at them and knowing what they are going through. Yeah, that's the
okay. And the final one is relationship management.
Yeah, so you know, however much you may become social, you may manage yourself, relationship is wealth. It's a currency it buys. There are things that you can buy by money and that you can buy by relationship. Maybe someone can just start to bless you with something, or through that relationship that you have, you can go and find someone who knows you, and you find the door that you are looking for. Someone can just say, if you know this person, just come in. You see, relationship is a currency it can buy. So it is very important to guard your relationship and continue increasing them, but also guard, so you don't bring in the wrong ones.
All right.
Yeah,
and this is where we come to a conclusion of this conversation that we are having today on emotional intelligence.
Yes.
I will allow you to give us your last remarks.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. We appreciate the time that we have shared. And we know that whatever we are said about emotional intelligence, you're going to work on yourself, especially that place of trying to journal and look at what you go through and what you have been doing, and be able now to be able to, especially the rewarding part. Yeah, as you take yourself out. It's not a must be taken out. You can take yourself out and tell Penina, thank you for the time and all that. And also when things are wrong, rebuke yourself and correct. That's my part issue. Thank you.
Yeah, just be able to be self-aware.
Yeah, self-aware.
Yeah, look into yourself.
Yes, and take care of yourself, of course.
All right. Thank you so much, Pal, for joining us for this conversation.
Thank you.
This is where we end this conversation, but this is not the end of Good Morning Kenya for today. We still have more in store for you. Stay tuned, because when we come back, we'll be looking at cybersecurity and building resilience in cybersecurity.